right, Bartolomeo. First things first, we told you last hour, Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk reporting that many in league circles believe the Jets will apply the transition tag to Breece Hall, which would allow them to match an offer that was above what that is at $11.9 million if somebody goes above that. But if they decide to let it go, they would not get any draft pick compensation. They could pull that tag if they get wind that somebody is going to do that.
Yeah, that somebody could be a familiar face in Robert Saleh, who knows how important a running back is to a young athletic quarterback with the RPO game. Like, what are we doing, man? Are we just going to let this weapon walk away when you're hoping that Breece Hall can be the running back to a young quarterback eventually, if not this year, then next year at 24 years old? We see him with Cam Robinson as they continue to kind of build with what they got going on with a guy like with Cam Ward. With Cam Ward and Brian Daboll. Yep. Right? What are we talking about? Like that's the quickest way to get a cheap weapon at $14 million from Robert Saleh, within the division. Like, what are we talking about, man? If they put that transition tag on Breece Hall is as good as gone. So don't act like you were fighting for him, like you cared about him, because we all know that he's going to be worth more than $11 million out in this market. So if you're doing that, you're trying to act like you wanted to keep him, but really you didn't. You didn't really fight. You didn't fight for him. You didn't fight for him hard enough.
Yeah, if somebody else offers him $14 million a year, that's what the tag would have been, the franchise tag, as opposed to the transition. And you wouldn't have been letting him go. It doesn't make any sense.
And if you franchise somebody, then they have to give you a first-round draft pick.
Now, I teased this earlier, and it has to do with this particular story. Combine is this week. It starts today, but the workouts don't start until Thursday. Former Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson will throw at the Combine. Has an opportunity to solidify his status as a first-round pick. He is the consensus QB2 behind Fernando Mendoza in this draft. Now, Bart, I teased earlier something that we're going to do leading up to the draft, and it's going to start next Wednesday. A week from Wednesday, we're going to do it every Wednesday at noon leading up to the draft. The great Phil Simms will join us each and every Wednesday at noon, and we will go through next week, for instance, with the start of free agency. We'll kind of evaluate the quarterback options in free agency, and he'll go through very in-depth on some of those. And then week to week, he will look at possible options in the draft. And I can tell you, just having chatted with Phil a little bit about this, Phil is exceptionally high on Ty Simpson. And I think we will find out a lot more about him in the coming weeks that might have some people rethinking what their position is on.
Yeah, I just want to know, I'm curious to find out as well, is what is his opinion on what his compensation, what's the sweet spot? Because the first round draft pick to me is a bit rich when you're thinking about trying to find somebody that can help your team win immediately. Ty Simpson still doesn't seem like a guy that plays this year. And if he doesn't play this year, then we all know what 2027 is supposed to have.
Mm-hmm. Well, it'll be an interesting conversation. So every Wednesday at noon, starting next week, so that would be March the 3rd, I believe. That is March 3rd.
Yep.
March 4th. March 4th.
Close
that
enough.
Is next Wednesday, March 4th.
Damn, next Wednesday is March 4th? I keep forgetting it's only 28 days and freaking.
A week from Wednesday is March 4th. And we'll do it at noon every week with Phil, talking specifically about the quarterbacks in the draft. And there's one or two other things we want to get into too. We certainly will. But Phil is really doing some in-depth dives on this stuff. And I'm looking forward to this because I just had a chat with him. He's excited to do it, and we're excited to have him. Bart, we move on, and that is Andy Reid offering a positive update about Travis Kelce. Says there is communication in talks with Kelce. That's the main thing. I've said this before. As long as there's communication, I'm good. That means people want to move forward. I think that's where Travis is.
Yeah.
Where are the Chiefs with this?
I mean, we've given you money, brother. So now you got to come play for the love.
Yeah.
Because, you can help us in spurts. You no longer can carry the water anymore for us. So, I mean, I look at guys
you can't expect to get paid like you used to.
Right. But we'll run it back and try and get you a championship. We'll even try and bring Tyreek Hill back. But you have to understand that you made the bulk of your money. We paid you good money, great money. And you performed at a high level, but now you're not worth that as far as productivity and your ability to separate and be dominant.
Do you think Tyreek Hill ends up a Chief?
I do.
I do too. I'd be shocked if he wasn't, in fact.
When he got hurt, I said that.
Yeah. Okay. Jackson Smith in Jigba says he believes he deserves to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. Does he?
No.
How far off? Should he get more than George Pickens?
It's not George Pickens. Everybody's chasing Jamar Chase at $40 million.
Yep.
$40 million.
No, I know. Where do you put him, though?
I put him at 32. Like Garrett Wilson got paid like 30, right? Mm-hmm. I give him like 32 because what I'm saying is we can't handicap. We got to give Sam Darnold more money too. Now we can't start, going out here and we got to pay. Witherspoon.
Yep.
Yeah, Witherspoon as well. We're going to lose Kenneth Walker.
All right, so I'm going to give you the list of guys north of $30 million. You tell me where he slots in, okay? Ayuk, he's obviously above that. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 30. A.J. Brown, 32. Garrett Wilson, 32.5. 32, just about 33 for DK Metcalf.
It's better.
Lamb at 34. Jefferson 35, Chase at 40.
All right, let's go. He's behind Justin Jefferson. He's not as good a receiver as Justin Jefferson.
Is he better than CeeDee Lamb? I would probably slot him.
Yeah.
I would probably put him between Lamb and Metcalf.
Yeah, they're the same. No, I put him between Lamb and Jefferson. He's better than CeeDee Lamb. Metcalf. That's what I got rid of Metcalf. Metcalf is a limited route runner.
Okay, so you go $34 million. That would be what your number would be.
I go 35. He's way better than Garrett Wilson.
So that would put him at the same number as Jefferson.
Right.
Jefferson average annual is 35.
Right, because Jefferson's going to get paid again.
Yeah.
And you got to say, well, I may not be as good as him, but the market is different because the salary cap's higher.
Okay. Cowboys agree to a 3-year deal with Javonte Williams. He gets $16 million guaranteed, $24 million total. So that obviously thins out the running back situation a little bit, and that would play a little bit into a role of Breece Hall here, I would think.
No, it's a lot. It's a lot more people. Algier's still out there. I think Kenneth Gainwell is going to really make somebody.
Kenneth Gainwell was a very good addition for Pittsburgh last year.
I think he's going to make some people really, really happy. But we forget about Rico Dowdle and what he was doing. Yep. Remember, he snapped. He went off, and he hit all his escalators, and he wasn't even the lead back half of the time. So, it's about 4 or 5 people to watch out here. Travis Etienne, Breece Hall, Rico Dowdle, Algier from backing up Bijan Robinson. J.K. Dobbins been hurt too much, but he was playing very well for the Broncos.
Really sad moment over the weekend finding out Rondell Moore passed away at the age of 25, reportedly of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's a guy that played at Purdue. Bart, when he was at Purdue, I thought he was going to be a star in the league.
I thought he was the next Percy Harvin.
He was dynamic. And the other guy that was, a couple guys talking about it, number one was Max Crosby, who I guess had a pretty tight relationship with him and played against him in college at Eastern Michigan and said he begged the Raiders to pick him because he was that good. It just never kind of panned out for him in the league as a really good slot guy. Yeah. But there's another video out there of J.J. Watt when he was with the Cardinals talking to him about when he dropped the ball, and he was really taking it hard.
Yeah.
And you just pray that his family's okay, and it's just as terrible.
Well, it's tough. Story. It's tough because that's 2 active players committing suicide in less
Marshawn
Neyland, one calendar year, and both of them were south of 30.
I mean, Neyland was just drafted last year, wasn't he?
Right. He was even younger. That's what I'm saying. So mental health, it's so tough, and you hear the reports about people attacking Russell Westbrook's wife because he bet on the game and all that type of stuff, and people trolling, based off of stats and calling people bust because you're gambling on a game. and you're upset and you're attacking guys, and it's one of those things, man, where be careful what you say to people. You never know what type of date people are taking.
It is such a stupid thing to say, but it's so true, is that we forget that they are actually people.
Yeah. Like, I'm a real human.
That they are actually people.
Right.
Last one, it does not appear as if the tush-push ban is going to be up there for vote this year. Rich McKay said he's not expecting any kind of a proposal, which I'm surprised at based on the fact that
so
it barely passed last year.
And it was so heavily criticized last year because it's an ugly eyesore to the game.
I heard it this morning. Do you think it's just because the Eagles can't do it as well as they used to?
Yeah, but now you got Josh Allen and them doing it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Somebody
just shouldn't be able to push from behind if you can't.
If you can't push from behind on the other side.
If you can't have a defender try to do the same thing.
Exactly. Match force with force. It's an unfair advantage. And it's not because the offensive side is better. It's because they get more people to push where you can't push.